Hey Velocity, it is day 83 of the 90-day challenge, and this is our second to last video podcast for the 90-day. In fact, next Tuesday will be the very last one, day 90. Can't believe we're already through all of the Old Testament and most of 1 Corinthians. In fact, 1 Corinthians today is talking about the church and the different members of the church and how we all fit together. It's really cool. My favorite things that we've been reading is in the book of Acts. Actually, in fact, if you back up to John, the very end of John, right after the resurrection, you see the disciples, 11 of them, and they're in the upper room, and it says the doors are shut and they're scared of the Jews. And then you see them just a couple chapters later, probably just a couple days later, in the book of Acts, and it says that they're in the upper room, the Holy Spirit empowers them, and they eventually, Peter stands up and starts preaching, and 3,000 people accept the Lord. It's crazy, the contrast when they're empowered by the Lord. And so, of course, the book of Acts is the beginning of the church. And speaking of beginning of the churches, we're here at the Lakes Apartments, which happens to be the beginning of Calvary Albuquerque. Just about 26 years ago, Pastor Skip moved out here from California and met here. Their very first night was him and his wife, and I think one or two other people. And of course, you guys know now, it's the biggest church in New Mexico. 14,000 people come every week. It's crazy, 26 years later, to hear what God has done. And very similar thing happening with the church in the book of Acts. And as you guys continue to read, you're going to read all about Paul's letters to the different churches and where God took him and all that God did. So it's really exciting to see God move, and hang in there. By next Tuesday, you'll be finished with the whole book of Revelation, and in fact, the whole Bible, 66 books. So keep it going, and we're almost done with the 90-day challenge. If you're interested in starting again, we're going to start again May 1st. God bless.
For the sake of the soul.